I would say in our life cycle, integration-centric BPMS is one of the key initiatives that we'll be undertaking.
This was Umesh Jain, CIO of Yes Bank, speaking to BizTech2.com on the 23rd of December 2008 on the bank's coming up initiatives for 2009. The bank has stuck to its plan and is in the process of implementing the integration-centric BPM solution from Cordys. Yes Bank is one of the youngest banks in India, having started its operations in 2004. With a presence of 6 years, why did the bank think that this was the right time to adopt BPM?
Let's step back to 2004 when we started the bank. The most important investment for the bank to make at that point in time was core banking and the underlying infrastructure that's there in the core banking. That is one thing. So we started expanding our product portfolio. So the focus has been more on expanding your product portfolio and on the channels. As we go ahead, as we also reach a certain scale in terms of volumes of transactions, etc., the focus on operational effectiveness kicks in at this point in time, both in terms of economic viability of running a certain investment, as also in terms of the necessity to do this. The third very critical factor is, I think BPM as a technology, while it has been adopted by a few banks, it has been very, very expensive technology till now. Okay. B, to roll out BPM and middlewares has been not such a smooth exercise. So to us, the technology is much more mature and reliable now, and B, in terms of sheer mapping the need to the resource availability and prioritization, this is the right time, most opportune time for us to get into this.
Yes Bank is convinced that it has the timing right for BPM. It has also got the partner right, claims Jan Ban, co-founder of Cordys.
They selected all the vendors who were available in the market because for them IT is very crucial, and what we do with them is bringing the process-centric instead of what we normally in the banking see have the data-centric. That means you bring the process-centric, real on elements where we can communicate those processes real on mobile computers with maybe 500 million people in India. And this for me is significant.
This deal includes weaving in the 75 business processes of Yes Bank with Cordys BPM solution. Both parties also plan to take this joint development as intellectual property and leverage it to other banks as well. Let's hear from Umesh on how the BPM solution will change the way the bank functions.
We used to have these copies when we used to go to a bank earlier. We used to have these copies which at every desk there used to be a copy. We would go to a counter, to a desk, the guy will make a note in the copy, put my checks or whatever in the copy, and then wait for the peon to come and take it to the next level, right? So effectively this was a completely manual process. Now imagine this in a BPM context. The moment first the image is scanned, so the physical document is not to be moving anywhere. It's only the image that moves, and that moves electronically. The moment a person has processed what that person is supposed to process, it automatically appears in the queue of the next person. So first of all, to an operations head, let's say a branch manager, he can very clearly see where there is a large build-up of queue and wait time is increasing at a point in time, and he can take corrective actions immediately. The second thing is, on hindsight, all this can be analyzed to say at different hours of the day, where does the queue build up and how I can align my workforce to handle that. It can also be analyzed to say where the maximum rejects are happening, where what are the reasons for those rejects, why so many steps are happening, can I cut down on some of those steps to bring down the time. The third thing is, when you're designing new processes, you can also do simulation. So you can simulate the amount of transactions, how they will flow in at different times, etc. So you can, right from day one, you can have much better planning.
BPM would help in simulating new processes for Umesh, as well as help him in dedicating more time to the business rather than technology. Let's find out how.
That the BPM layer, the service bus, and a rules engine which allows me to define rules for the organization in a very simple way, not really coding, but something that your business user can change. These three components come together in one product. What it does for the organization is, I don't have to worry about 3, 4, 5 products installed on multiple servers, how they talk to each other, how they integrate with each other, etc. So it takes the complexity out of my shop, and that's something that Cordys handles. So it's one unified platform that gives me the simplicity, and hence all my effort, energy goes on to thinking about business benefits.
That is not all. This BPM solution can also be extended to new businesses that Yes Bank may venture in the near future.